start off at the National Assembly, where Speaker of the House of Representatives and sponsor of the counter-subversion bill has announced withdrawal of the bill. Abbas Tajudeen says the decision follows his extensive consultations with a broad range of key players and a careful consideration of the nation's current circumstances. The Speaker also mentioned that the withdrawal is in response to the voices and concerns of the people, emphasizing that he will never support any action that might disrupt the peace and unity of the nation. The bill, which already passed first reading, seeks to provide a 10-year jail term and/or 5 million naira fine for anyone who refuses to sing the national anthem at public events. It also seeks to penalize anyone who destroys a national symbol, a place of worship, and anyone who sets up an illegal roadblock, performs unauthorized traffic duties, imposes an illegal curfew, among others. Well, let's talk more about this. I have joining me Deputy Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Philip Agbese. Mr. Agbese, the counter-subversion bill has been a subject of controversy, and now the Speaker and sponsor of that bill says that he has withdrawn it in over concerns of the people. Why was that bill introduced in the first instance, and how does the House hope to now handle the issue that it was meant to address?
Well, thank you very much. The counter-subversion bill in the first instance was actually introduced by His Excellency Right Honorable Tajudeen Abbas to cure a kind of subtle act of terrorism, in the country. It's unfortunate that, a good section of Nigeria has expressed their displeasure with it, and His Excellency the Right Honorable Speaker, having pledged, upon assumption of office on the 13th of June 2023, that he's going to lead a People's Parliament for the people of Nigeria, after due consultation with colleagues in the Parliament and even other critical stakeholders, has deemed it necessary to withdraw that piece of legislation. I think the focus at the moment should be, on the understanding of the Parliament. I mentioned recently that today we are in a new, different Parliament where we do what we say we are going to do, and we mean exactly everything we promise that we are going to do. So for me and for us in the Parliament, we want to salute the courage of His Excellency, Mr. Speaker, for doing what he has done today. He has reaffirmed his commitment to serve the people of Nigeria. He has once again demonstrated to the Nigerian masses that, yes, we didn't just christen the 10th National House of Representatives as the People's Parliament, but that in action, beyond words, it is indeed the People's Parliament. And that we have reached the point where public opinion now count, in the affairs of the country. So we are happy with what Mr. Speaker has done. Nigerians are happy.
I hear you, Mr. Agbese. You might say that.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, what's happening is to move beyond that because the bill has been withdrawn. But there are also concerns really about what then happens to the other issues raised, in that piece of legislation, which includes, for instance, people performing unauthorized traffic duties or imposing illegal curfew, among others. I hope that in the coming days the House really can speak on this. But in the meantime, how does the House hope to boost public trust and confidence in itself? Because there has been public outcry about the House being insensitive to the happenings in the country.
Yes, this singular act by His Excellency the Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Tajudeen Abbas, PhD, is an affirmation, is a clear demonstration of a leader, who is not just running, but a leader that has, his ears behind to hear what the people are saying. Are the people clapping for what you are doing? This is the same Parliament that Nigerians have been applauding for some of our novel initiatives and actions, to demonstrate to Nigerians that, yes, indeed, they've elected the right set of leaders who will take this country, to the next level. So what Mr. Speaker has done today, it takes courage, for a man to kowtow to public opinion. He's indeed a rare kind of leader. We haven't seen this in this country before. In my over 40 years experience as a citizen of this country, we haven't seen this before. We have seen in the past where, legislations were sponsored, in the parliament, and despite public outcry, people pushed on. But today we have a parliament with a leadership that is listening. Just about 2-3 weeks ago, His Excellency the Right Honorable Speaker did invite young Nigerians to the parliament to interact with them. And we saw the impact of what he did. We saw the level of cooperation and support, the parliament has been enjoying. And I think this again will reaffirm to the people that yes, this is indeed their parliament. We have said, come to the parliament with your opinion. We are going to subject everything that we do in this parliament to the wishes, of the people. We are going to subject it to their decisions. And Mr. Speaker has said, even though constitutionally we have been elected to be here, we are going to be a parliament that runs solely, on the dictates of the Nigerian masses. So
I hear you, Mr. Agbese. I hear you. Time is not our friend.
This for Nigerians indeed.
Yes, time is not our friend, and we just need to really, go to the next question so we can call it a day. One of your colleagues has just revealed that each lawmaker's take-home monthly is 21 million naira. In the face of the current economic realities, there are a lot of questions as to why a lawmaker would take that humongous amount when the minimum wage is set at 70,000 naira. What are you and your colleagues willing to do at this time as a form of sacrifice to help the people know that you feel their pain and suffering and you're doing something to actually prove that?
Yes, the person who made that comment is actually a member of the Senate. I am in the Green Chamber. And we in the Green Chamber, we don't receive that amount of money. What we get
How much do you receive?
Salary in the House of Representatives is about 600,000 naira. Yeah, we receive about 600,000 naira every month as our salary. The allowances are actually not fixed because they vary from one issue to the other. For instance, the housing allowance for the 10th House of Representatives. When we came on board, I received an allowance of 4 million naira. And I thought it was my housing allowance for a period of 4 years. But thereafter, I was told that it is just, I initially thought that it was an annual payment. But later I was told that it's to cover for the period of 4 years that I've been voted into parliament. That is to say that my housing allowance in the parliament is 4 million naira for a period of 4 years that I've been voted into parliament. But as a matter of fact, that is not even the crucial issue at the moment. Recently, the House of Representatives made a resolution where we agreed to remit 50% of our salary, to contribute as a parliament, to support, the government project in helping to ameliorate the sufferings of our citizens. Having done that, for us as a parliament under the leadership of His Excellency Tajudeen Abbas, we are not interested.
Yes, as laudable as that might sound, really.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. As laudable as that initiative is, it's just a percentage.
Yes, yes. So our concern.
So the focus is like on the allowance.
Our concern. What we are
and then you mentioned that the 4 million naira, for instance, if I may land, please, that the 4 million naira, for instance, is to be your housing allowance for the period of 4 years. So does it mean that one comes in just once? I mean, since you came in, you've received it just once, and that's the end.
Yes, yes. When you come into the parliament, you get that. The other ones, you get some 200,000, 300,000 for the period of time that are going to be in the parliament. I think for a parliamentarian to know, because many of us, we didn't sign the contract to go into parliament for the purpose of how much we are going to earn. But it is easier, at the lifespan of the parliament for you to be able to compute these allowances and be able to know what you earn within the period of 4 years. But there's no clear-cut, allowances that have been documented anywhere, that parliamentarians are entitled to. After all, we were not voted into parliament because of allowances. We are here to serve the interests of the people of our country. We are here to lobby. We are here to attract projects to our constituency. We are here to make laws, for the country. And for us, what is important, because this is a country over a long period of time has been running on palliatives. As a parliament, our interest is to see, how best we can make concrete effort, that will make sure that we don't go back to palliatives, we don't go back to supporting our citizens each time there are economic issues in the country. And that is why, as a parliament, we are taking our oversight responsibilities very seriously, to ensure that the system is working. And today, again, we have demonstrated in the 10th House of Assembly that we're interested in building a strong institution. An institution, that relies solely on the power of the masses, on the power of the electorate. And that we have done today again through the withdrawal of the counter-subversion bill.
I hear you, Mr. Abbas, and it's a good way to end the conversation. Deputy Chairman, House of Reps Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Philip Abbas, thank you for talking to us on TVC News at 7.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.